I'm sorry about that, folks. I got a phone call and it messed up my video. So anyway, I think we got to where I had showed you the layers and layers of the aluminum foil. Just making sure you've got them covered up to where they will form a steam pocket in there. And make sure you put your liquid smoke on them. So I'm going to set these to right here. And then I've got some slaw. And that'll be so good with those barbecue ribs. And that was just because I'm doing a little, I had to deliver some stuff today. The tricolored slaw mix, and it is the market side tricolored slaw mix. And I chopped it a little thinner because I don't like the big hunks of the slaw. So I chopped it a little thinner, and then I cut up one of the small vine ripe tomatoes and put in it. And then I used the Hellmann's low calorie mayonnaise to put in that. And then salt and pepper to our taste. So we're going to have that. We're going to have rolls. And then I've got some baked beans over here. And they are the Bush's baked beans, the original. And I add a little bit of water to that. Just because when they're sitting there cooking, I don't like them real dry. I don't want them soppy. But I want a little bit of the juice in there because I'm going to cut them down and let them simmer. While our baked potatoes, I'll tell you how I do them. I get the big baked potatoes and I put them, I set them on aluminum foil and I punch holes in them and I put olive oil, I rub them down with olive oil, and then I put salt and pepper on them, and then I wrap them in aluminum foil and I put them in a pan. Because if you don't and they start sweating and that aluminum foil leaks, then you're going to have a oil fire in your oven. So I'll show you how to do that too. So I'm going to move you right over here just for a minute. You can see that right there. That's how I do my baked potatoes. They're in that pan. So I want to put you right back over here, trying not to knock the phone off. And I think I need a green for that tripod because I don't know what I'd do. I mean, it was terrible trying to get it done before. But anyway, I showed you my barbecue sauce and my slaw, my baked potatoes and my ribs, and then we're going to have some rolls. And I found out that you can take those rolls and put them in an air fryer for 5 minutes on 400, and then turn them back on for about 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 4 on 400, air fry or bake, and they are good. They're crispy on the outside and so tender and good on the inside. You just have to try that. But then I've got one thing that I wanted to show you that you might not have heard of. It's called a pineapple pudding. And you make it like you would a banana pudding, only you use pineapple chunks and then crushed pineapple. My mother-in-law, probably 30 years ago, used to make pineapple pudding instead of banana pudding, and we all loved it. But I tweaked it and made it my own. I done my little thing with it. But I will put that on there one day, but I will show it to you. But anyway, it's just pineapple, crushed and chunked, a can of crushed. And you want to drain that crushed, to put it in a strainer and just push all the juice out of it you can. And drain the can of chunked. Use your pineapple juice that you get out of that to go. I used vanilla Jello instant pudding. But I used milk, and then I used pineapple juice for the rest of it. And also I put a can of Eagle brand cream in that and some whipping cream. So then that's how I made my filling. And that way when I got all my layers of my pineapple and my wafers in there, I went ahead and made that thin enough with milk and whipping cream to when you use a mixer, you can't do this one by hand. And then I poured it over top of it, and I made it settle down and get all the bubbles out of it. And then I put some Cool Whip on top with some vanilla wafer crumbs on top. So let me show you that. And you know that is so good, it brought back a lot of memories. Let me show that to you. And you'll have to excuse because we've had a couple of bowls of this. Didn't even think about it while I was doing it to show you the recipe, but I will get back on here. Now see there how that's layered? See how those layers are in there? It's got wafers and pudding and pineapple and then the Cool Whip. And you talking about good, honey, that is good. Oh my goodness. I don't know whether that's better than banana pudding and strawberry pudding or not. But if you love pineapple, you would love this. But don't forget to squeeze that, mash that juice out of those crushed pineapples as much as you can. And I put a bag, and just in this bowl, I put a box and a half of wafers, but you know, it really could have used, for this size bowl, I think this is like a 5-quart bowl, it could have used a, probably both boxes of the wafers, because that juice just absorbs those wafers. But I'm telling you one thing, you have to try this. Now, that was a can of crushed pineapples, drained, squeezed out as much as you can get of that juice. A can of chunk pineapples, 2 boxes, we're going to say 2 boxes of vanilla wafers, your choice of the brand, and 2 boxes or 1 big box of vanilla pudding, and probably 1 cup of milk, and probably a half a cup of whipping cream, 1 can of Eagle brand condensed milk. Whip all that together, and make sure it's thin enough, even if you have to add more milk. Make sure it's thin enough to go through those layers, because you're going to have about 4 or 5 layers of wafers and pineapple. And then just put your crushed pineapple, and then a few chunk pineapple, and another layer of wafers, and then crushed pineapple and chunk pineapple, and another layer of wafers, and continue that till all your pineapple's gone. Have your pudding already mixed up and ready to go. That way you can pour it over it and do it like that right there. And make sure you got all the bubbles out. Put you a topping of Cool Whip on it. You can get the light Cool Whip, and you can use a light vanilla instant pudding too. You can use the light on that to where it's not as sweet. But anyway, and then put you some crushed vanilla wafers on top, and honey, you got something to slap your brains out. I'm telling you, you have to be careful with these desserts because they're so good. But anyway, I did want to check back in with you. I thank you for all my viewers. I do have I think about 76 or 76 viewers now, followers that are following me, and honey, I appreciate that so much. You just don't know what that does to me, to know that people are interested in something I do. That just makes me so happy. And while I'm doing that, I can always give God glory and give God praises and thank Him, and let people know there is a God out there who still cares, and He loves you, and He's coming soon. So the best thing we could do is pray for each other, uplift each other, share with each other, love each other. You know, the Lord says to love one another as I have loved you. So that don't mean just pick and choose. That means we have to love everyone, even someone who has hurt us really bad. We have to love those people enough to do for them what we would have them do to us. You know, even if they say they've been mean to you, and they say, will you do this for me, or will you do that for me, you have to do that with the love of your heart. If you have love of Jesus in you, you can't say no. But don't do it out of grudge or guilt. Just do it because you love the Lord, and that's the way He would have you to do. Always ask yourself, what would Jesus have me do? Okay? So anyway, I always give Him praise, honor, and glory, for He is my King, and He is the owner of my heart. And so this is one good thing that I know, that I can pass the word of the Lord to you. And just, if you don't know the Lord, text me. We'll pray together. How's that? So, and I know the Lord's waiting with open arms to accept His children in. And the ones that are not His children can be His children if they choose to be. We all have a choice. So anyway, this is Sheila E. from Tennessee. I love you all. I think I had about almost 18,000 views now since January the 1st, and that makes me happy. Want to give a shout out to the people I work with, people I go to church with, and all my followers. I do love you all. I had a winner on the strawberry cheesecake pudding. She guessed what it was, and I gave her my secret recipe. So we'll put another one on there for somebody and see what we can do with that too. How's that? But I'm going to get off here, guys, and I'm going to finish supper, and we're going to make supper, and we're going to have some more of this pineapple pudding dessert. And then I'll see you all soon, okay? So, Sheila E. from Tennessee, and we'll see you soon. May the Lord bless you and keep you safe. Always smile, because smiles are contagious. Share what we have, and always love the Lord and give Him honor, glory, and praises. All right? See you soon.